Most people think a heart attack is the only way a heart just stops, right, Mochi? They're wrong. I'm Dr. Evan Levine, board certified cardiologist. There's another thing that we really need to worry about. We're going to talk about prolonged QT arrhythmias and potassium. When your potassium drops very low, your heart's electrical system, it doesn't just glitch, it can spiral into a lethal rhythm called torsade de pointes. Now, torsade de pointes is French for twisting of the points, and on an EKG, it looks like a chaotic twisting ribbon. Here's the physics. Potassium's the brake that tells your heart cells to recharge after a beat, and when potassium is low, that recharge takes too long. We see this on an EKG known as prolonged QT interval. This creates a vulnerable window, and one stray heartbeat, just one, and your heart can start quivering at a very high speed into a polymorphic ventricular tachycardia, and your blood pressure goes to zero. So how do you get there? Number one, the meds. If you're on a water pill like a diuretic, it can flush out the potassium in your urine every single day. Now you combine that with certain antibiotics or antiarrhythmics or some antidepressants, and you could be doubling your risk. So search drugs under what prolongs QT interval. Then you may have an illness, severe diarrhea, for example. Your gut is lined with potassium, and a bad case of food poisoning or a viral syndrome can drain your levels in hours, leaving your heart electrically naked. And three, the kidney. In extreme diets, you won't even know, but you're wasting potassium. And finally, four, genetics, what we call congenital prolonged QT interval. You're born with it, and your doctor can see that on a baseline EKG. And this is how it kills. It may start with a palpitation, maybe a skip beat, and then without warning, you faint. That's torsade de pointes. If your heart doesn't snap back into the rhythm on its own, or if someone isn't there with a defibrillator to shock you, that twisting point, ventricular tachycardia, will eventually become ventricular fibrillation, and unfortunately, that's the end. So if you're on a diuretic and you've gotten really sick with a GI bug, don't ignore those skip beats. You might call your doctor as well. Get your levels checked, those potassium levels. Make sure you're not taking medications that can also prolong the QT interval, and check your baseline EKG. A simple blood test and a supplement could save your life. Potassium isn't optional. It's the stabilizer that keeps your heart in line. Don't let your rhythm twist out of control. I'm Dr. Evan Levine, and that's Mochi. Right, Mochi?